Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In this video we are going to be installing / upgrading our CPU. So for this you will need an upgraded CPU, a screwdriver and a spare screwdriver just in case it doesn't fit. So first you will need to unscrew the CPU cooler and all the screws. What I forgot to mention is you will need some thermal paste and something to clean the excess thermal paste off with. So now we can clearly see the CPU. We're going to give the cooler fan a clean and the actual CPU a clean. Now that the thermal paste has been removed, we are going to need to push down this clip and pull it to the right hand side until it pops up like that. Then we're going to remove the actual case that's holding the CPU, and we're going to gently pick it up without knocking any pins. And make sure to hold the sides and not the actual pins. So this is the old CPU. This was a i5 4th gen, I'm pretty sure. So now we're going to put the new CPU in. We now have the new CPU. I'm going to be very careful installing this, as you don't want to knock any pins. So I'm going to come around to this side. You want to match the triangles up. As you can see, there's a triangle down here, and there's a triangle here. We're carefully going to drop it into place without knocking any pins. Like so, that was perfectly placed in. I'm just going to give it a tiny little wiggle, and that is perfectly in place now. We're going to push down, and you want to get it under that screw. Now it's under that screw. Just going to get a little push forward, make sure it's in place, and we're going to pull down the metal bit and make sure it's under and make sure it's in properly. So give it a little push so it's in properly. And I'll be honest with you, I was a little scared to put it in the first place, but that was really simple and really easy. You literally just want to drop it in. You want to make sure the sides, doesn't matter what side is lined up against the side, and drop it in and everything will go to plan. Make sure it isn't properly, because if you push this down and it's not in properly, it'll push the CPU into the pins and the pins will get bent, which means your computer will not perform properly. So now we're going to apply some thermal paste, and before we do that we're going to take the back out so we can make sure the cooler fan goes on properly, because the plate at the back is now moved as I've taken the screws out. Now we've done that, we are going to apply the thermal paste. Now that we have applied and spread the thermal paste, we can now put the CPU cooler back on. Now that we have finished installing the CPU, we are going to put everything back in and go upstairs and see if it boots. Now we're upstairs and the PC is all plugged in. We're now going to turn it on from the power supply and turn it on. And as we can see, the PC is turned on. Now we wait for a display. There we go. So it might take us into BIOS. Yes, it does. And i7, it is uploaded, so as you can see we've got an i7 4th gen in. From there we just need to click save and exit and save changes. Then this should just reboot our computer. If it doesn't reboot your computer, wait for it to turn off correctly, then restart your computer. Now it is fully loaded, we can now sign in as normal. And if you did enjoy the video, please like and subscribe, because this video has cost me a lot of money to make. These are the final results.